If you own a Flair, you know how important preheating is to getting a great cup of espresso. Using steam seems to be the best way to go, but I've recently explored preheating electronically. I've added strips of heating film to the cylinder and connected it to this assembly, which includes a power supply, controller, and temperature meter. I can now preheat and monitor the temperature using the switch. This setup is not as efficient as steam, and it takes up to 10 minutes to preheat. So to address that, I combine the two by placing the cylinder on top as I heat the brew water. But I think the point of preheating is more about temperature stability, and I think this setup can really help in that area. I'm able to get the temperature up pretty high, which is important, since when you add water, the temperature can go down significantly. Note that the temperature reading is at 104 degrees. This is the temperature at where I installed the thermocouple. I imagine that it's several degrees higher at the middle of the chamber. With the typical preheat method, you'll constantly lose heat. The difference with using this setup is that after the initial temperature drop, it should remain stable. As a quick demonstration, I'll fill the chamber with water right off the boil. But here you see it stays pretty hot. It's even boiling the water. I'm still figuring it all out, but I think this will help me keep the temperature stable as I brew my espresso. So while I brew with this new setup, you may be wondering if this is really worth it. And for most people, it's probably not. The more I do, the more complicated my workflow is becoming. But I do like to tinker, and part of what I'm doing is about experimentation. So for me, I do find this enjoyable, but maybe not so practical. I've only been using this setup for about a week. I still need to get a feel for the control and how to regulate the temperature. And I'm hoping that when I do this, I'll see further improvements in my brew. You could see here that because I don't preheat the portafilter or shower screen, the temperature drop was more significant here. There's even a difference in the temperature of the water closer to the portafilter versus near the top of the brew chamber. One of the benefits so far, it allows me to take my time after filling the chamber with water. I don't have to rush my shot. Also, it'll give me more to experiment with, like longer pre-infusions, or having different temperatures for specific roasts or beans. Also, a lot of the inspiration here comes from the Flair 58. And after doing all this, I have a stronger appreciation for what you get with the 58. Also, what I'm finding might be pretty obvious, in that there's diminishing returns I'm not sure if I've brewed significantly better espresso, but of course it's still early, and that may change. But I think overall, the Flair with the basic setup is great on its own. But I also love the fact that there's a lot of flexibility, and you can make the process your own. And you could do things that are maybe a little outside of the box. And I think this speaks to how well designed the Flair is. Thanks for watching.